Hey, how's it going everybody? Welcome to my crow pose tutorial. Today I'm going to do my best to break it down into 3 different phases. 1 being alignment, 2nd being finding your crows with assisted, meaning blocks, and then 3rd, finding that pulsation in the hands so you can find your balance in your crow pose. So whenever I'm helping students work on their crow, I can't help but find myself always comparing it to chaturanga. So just like a chaturanga, how we're coming into a low push-up, our hands are, our index fingers are pointing forward, we're coming down, elbow stays in. So it's pretty much that same thing, we're just curled in. So we have this engagement, this rounding in our midline, in our core, and our knees are on top of our elbows. So it's the same movement, just like a chaturanga, but I'm lifting my body onto just my hands and I'm curling in. So to help you set that up, you want to use your blocks. So what I find is a lot of students find it easiest to come up with a little T formation like this. So this could be different for you, could be the same. I like to come in this little variation right here. So when I do come down, I'm gonna bring my hands just a few inches behind. So as I come under or above, my elbow is gonna lean above. You want your elbow right above that part of your heel of your hand, and then your elbow, your shoulder will drop right on top. So you see right here, I might be too far back. So I could actually scoot forward to where my shoulder does come on top without my elbow being too far back or too far forward. So once you get that, your hands come close. So I'm only gonna be about a ½ inch away. Pointing the index fingers forward, try not to let the elbows round out. You keep them in, lift up the knees onto the triceps. You bend the triceps under, and for this first alignment, just kind of drop your shoulders down onto the blocks. So my feet didn't even come up. So once I feel comfortable here on my shoulders, on the blocks, then I might pull up one foot and then the other. So pause here, see how you feel, and just observe your breath. So if you can from here, you use the fingers to push off. So if you feel comfortable here, but it's too easy, you don't need these. I would bring these back, maybe just one for your foot. So ignore these blocks right here. If you feel strong here in the arms that you can come forward, I would come up here, knees to elbows. Triceps, you lean forward, keep your elbows in, and bring just one foot onto block, and bring the other foot up. So if that feels good here, balance here. If you can, start to send it up. Maybe you fall down, that's fine. Go ahead and switch sides. So you just come up, knees on top of elbows, triceps, lean the heart forward, keep your elbows in, pick up that foot, balance here, pick up the left foot. So pause here. If you can, lift up the right toe. You might fall down, that's great. It's just nice practice. And once you feel comfortable, you don't need the blocks at all. You just start to add some weight to your hands and maybe jump. So you might look like this. You might just lean forward and come back. Don't do too much to where you fall on your face. You're just leaning far forward enough, just to where you can pick up a second. Just getting that hamstring pull to where you pull up your feet a little bit. So might just do that a few times just to get that free fall, that balance sensation. Let's do one more. Just picking up, coming back. So once you feel good with that, we're gonna start messing around with pulsating the hands. So that's the main thing you need when you're balancing your crow pose. So we're engaged everywhere, but when we're balancing, if we wanna go that way, we push with the fingers. If we're falling too much that way, when you go that way, we pull with the fingers to slingshot us forward. So keeping that in mind, coming into my crow variation, I'm gonna have bad balance here on purpose. So if I'm leaning too far forward, I push with the fingers. If I'm leaning too far back, I pull the fingers up. So you see that little teeter-totter sensation? You use that to help balance it. It's the same thing as handstands. So just like my feet here, if I lean too far back, I pull up. If I lean too far forward, I push with the toes. You use that tendon. So it's the same thing here. We're using that tendon in the hand. So when you come up, you lean forward. At first, you push with the fingers enough, and then it becomes perfect. 80% of your weight going through the heels of the hands, about 20% through the fingers, and then you can get creative with there. And that's really it. Crow pose is really a simple pose, but it can be this dynamic and confusing pose at the same time. So just remember, keep strong fingers, point the index fingers forward, make sure the elbows don't fall out, keep them rounded in, and keep that strong chest-tricep relationship as you're curling into the body. So it's just like a chaturanga, but you're curling in. So I hope those cues and drills were helpful for you. Until next time, namaste.